First at 4, we showed you the graffiti threats against Detroit police. Today, a break in the case. Paula.
I want you to take a look at this. It's Lake Erie this morning. Something else last night entirely to the 3 young men who were adrift and lost for 13 hours. We talked to them about being found again.
Starting to see just a little bit of sunshine out there as the clouds clear out. The question is, can we get any warmth back before the end of the week?
All right, Ben, and wait until you hear what some shoppers are saying about their holiday shopping. Talk about getting started early. New shopping trends today, first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, take a look at the devastation from a deadly accident on Detroit's west side. A 67-year-old woman is dead after another driver runs a red light and slams into her car. It happened just before noon at the intersection of Grand River and Oakman, right by Plymouth Road. Police tell us the woman was in the white car, seen here traveling northbound on Oakman. That's when the man driving this maroon sedan ran a traffic light and then slammed into her. He was also hurt and is currently in critical condition. A Detroit man is now charged in the graffiti threat against Detroit Police Chief James Craig. 49-year-old Stuart Lewis is facing terror charges. Investigators say Lewis spray painted "Kill All Police" and killed James Craig on a building on the city's west side. Lewis was arrested on Friday but released pending the signing of the warrant from prosecutors. He was rearrested and charged just hours ago. There was a ceremonial ribbon cutting in Troy today to launch the Engineering Center for luxury electric car brand Karma. The company's only model right now, the Revero, is a $136,000 sports car. It can cover 50 miles on battery alone and about 200 more miles with a gasoline engine support. Karma cars will be built in California, but the company plans to have 100 engineers working here in Troy. Another top story today, fishermen found. You can see Lake Erie looks beautiful in the daylight, of course, but imagine being stranded on the water overnight. It happened to 3 fishermen from Ohio. Their family was very concerned for their safety, of course. Paula Tutman is live with the story of their rescue. Paula?
Hey, Karen, you know what? Their family should have been worried, very, very worried. A lot of resources were thrown at finding these 3 young men. We're talking about 2 Coast Guard boats, 4 local firefighter departments or firefighting department boats, a helicopter. Nobody could find these guys until a Good Samaritan spotted a lucky last-moment flare 250 yards off the shore. The calm beauty of Lake Erie is deceptive. Talk to any experienced sailor or boater and they will tell you she can turn in a moment, and her windy, choppy wrath can be terrifying. And so that's why when 3 young Toledo boaters disappeared for 13 hours yesterday from the shore, it was terrifying.
These cases are often very difficult because there's a wide window of time where something may have gone wrong and we don't know what it is. So there are a lot of what ifs.
Family members of Jesse Perez, Ryan Root, and John Coates, all from the Toledo area, held an overnight vigil, terrified that the 3 young men had met misfortune with the wrath of Lake Erie. But inside the 16-foot fishing boat, the 3 young men were stranded and cold, but unaware that an all-out search had been launched for them.
It was cold, it was long and uncomfortable.
They'd spent Sunday exploring Turtle Island, fishing, but on their way back to Toledo Beach Marina, their prop got tangled in stray fishing line. No prop, no movement, they were adrift in light daytime clothing with night and plunging temperatures upon them.
The worst part about it was cold. You know, the situation wouldn't have been so bad if, like I was telling her, in mid-July, like I could have just took my shirt off, hopped in the water, and cut our propeller loose.
They had 7 flares. 3 they launched into the darkness at a rare and passing boat, but nothing.
We seen like 3 last night. We seen 3 of them lit flares, but no one stopped.
They spent a miserable night huddled together for warmth, cell phones dead, and only a few flares left. But this morning, a final flare was launched, and someone spotted the young men 250 yards from shore. The best friend of these 3 boaters, the fact that they had extra equipment, flares.
You're only required 3 flares on a boat, and we had 7 of them. So, I mean, obviously, being more prepared than others helped. Because imagine if I'd have lit all 3 flares last night. Nobody would see me this morning, you know?
Oh, we're just ecstatic, we're elated, but
tears of joy.
We're crying tears of joy, but at the same time, we're praising our God for how good He is, how faithful He is.
Oh my gosh, you can certainly feel the relief with those grandparents as well as family and loved ones. Karen, this is really a huge deal because, you know, we do a lot of these stories. They don't always turn out this well. Anytime you're on one of these Great Lakes, particularly this time of year, we know the weather can change very, very quickly. These guys were lucky, like I said, not that far from shore, just only stationary because they couldn't get their prop going again. Listen. They're great guys. The biggest takeaway is having the right equipment is good. Having extra equipment, better.
Oh, lesson
much
to be
better,
learned.
Karen.
All right. Thank you very much. Paula Tubman reporting live. You know, meantime, those fishermen were really lucky in a sense last night, Ben, because it was warmer, even though it was really cold. But now the temperatures are really taking a dive.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we're expecting 10 degrees colder numbers tonight and could be some frost in spots, but at least we're going to finish with some sunshine. Finally getting clouds to break up a little bit. High temperatures have managed to make it into the 50s, probably just barely getting to that mark tomorrow. These are going to be some of the warmest numbers that we see for much of the 7-day forecast. So the winds are going to be noticeable. And as we head into the upcoming few days, it's going to be a frosty finish tonight. Sky's even colder as we get towards midweek and a little bit of a slim recovery as we head into the weekend. More on that straight ahead. Karen?
Moving now to the presidential race, Hillary Clinton teams up with a very popular Democrat on the campaign trail, and Donald Trump looking for votes in the key battleground state. Kimberly Gill is tracking the race in the newsroom. And Kim, there's something we've never seen in the New York Times today.
Karen, good afternoon. We're talking about Donald Trump's tweets, and you're right. I don't think we've seen anything like this in a presidential race. It's certainly a sign of the times, I'd say. Ever since Trump declared his candidacy, so many tweets have caused so much controversy over this campaign. There's a 2-page spread in the New York Times. The newspaper is calling it all the people, places, and things Donald Trump has insulted over Twitter since declaring his candidacy for president. Hillary Clinton is the top target, followed by Ted Cruz and Jeb Bush. Right now, Trump is in Florida, as you mentioned, where he once again bashed NAFTA and EPA regulations. He also had choice words for the media today.
If you read the New York Times and if you read some of these phony papers, these are phony, disgusting, dishonest papers. But if you read this stuff, it's like, what are we doing? What are we wasting time for? The truth is, I think we're winning.
Well, on the other side of the aisle, Hillary Clinton hit the campaign trail in New Hampshire today with one of the liberal stars of the Democratic Party. Senator Elizabeth Warren hit Trump hard on some of his controversial beliefs. Listen.
Donald Trump calls African Americans thugs. He calls Muslims terrorists. He calls Latinos criminals. He brags about sexually assaulting women. Well, we believe that racism and sexism and bigotry have no place in our country. We believe that Black Lives Matter and that we won't build Donald Trump's stupid wall.
Now, depending on which poll you read, Clinton is up as much as 12 points. Other polls have the two neck and neck. But remember, Karen, it's the voters, not the polls, not the pundits, that decide elections. And we are just a little over 2 weeks away, about 15 days until November 8th.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world. We start in Iraq, where soldiers are firing on ISIS positions outside of Mosul. Military leaders say the Iraqi army has liberated 78 towns and villages surrounding the city. This military action against ISIS is now entering its 2nd week. 500 American advisors are helping with airstrikes and coordination. The biggest battle will come when they reach the city itself. A small plane crash created some really big flames at the Malta International Airport. Malta is an island south of Italy in the Mediterranean Sea. Some of the plane's wreckage flew onto a road just outside the airport. Investigators say the plane tipped to the right, then came back down soon after lifting off. The bursting into flames. All 5 people on board died. The cause of the crash is under investigation. And this man showed off his battle scars from a run-in with a shark while surfing off the coast of New South Wales in Australia. Jade Fitzpatrick was bit on his left thigh and knocked off his board. Now, fortunately, he was able to fight the shark off and make his way back to shore to get help. This is the 3rd reported shark attack in that area in a month. Ahead first at 4, a new shortage that might affect some of your favorite restaurants, and the Super Bowl might make it even worse in the new year. Also ahead, attention holiday shoppers, there are some new changes that could affect how you shop for your nearest and dearest this year. And one retailer says, don't go shopping this Black Friday. We have your reaction to that message later, first at 4.
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
You probably heard of Spirit Week at high school. Now it's College Application Week. I'm Evrod Cassimy. Coming up, we'll show you how DPS students are getting a helping hand applying for college and what you can do to get free tuition.
All right, thank you, Evrod. Ben is back 1 week from today. We'll be putting on those costumes. Ooh. The question is, do we have to wear a coat and cover up the costume, or can we put layers on?
You know, it has to be cold enough because you don't want to sweat under your...
Remember those plastic masks we wore as a kid, and you get all sweaty and you couldn't breathe? Thank goodness they don't
smell the way those. Those
were nasty.
Gross. But yeah, I think we're going to be comfortably cool. Let's put it that way. As temperatures coming out of the 50s on Halloween, and notice that we're going to stay with dry conditions, mostly clear skies, so that does mean that the dark time is going to be a little bit later, considering that we won't have a whole lot of cloud cover out there, so we'll hold on to as much sunlight as we can. Speaking of that, as you look down at Campus Martius, the beach is gone and they're putting in the rink down there, and look at the sunshine out there with those sharp shadows. 52 is where we sit right now. Winds are out of the northwest at 13, and the pressure is on the high side at 30-29. Normally that means clear skies, or at least mainly clear, and it didn't do us a whole lot of favors today as we had some lake moisture coming in from the northwest, so we saw those cumulus clouds form pretty well. They're thinning out now. We're going to skip out on the rain that's going on up north, but those clear skies as they happen at night, of course, going to allow our temperatures to drop, and a lot of us are going to be about 10 degrees cooler tonight than what we woke up to early this morning. So by the time we head into 7 a.m. tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, just a couple extra clouds, not nearly as many tomorrow as what we saw today. And it's not going to help temperatures a whole lot. Even with that additional sunshine, we're going to see things getting cooler as we head into the upcoming weekend. So low temperatures tonight dropping down to the 30s across the area, 35 in West Bloomfield. Some of our warmest numbers in the city only going to be about 38 degrees. A lot of near freezing numbers, especially out here in Lenawee County, 33 in Onstead and Adrian, slightly warmer out here towards Luna Pier and Monroe, which should hang into the mid 30s. West zone, looking at those, again, near freezing numbers the further west you get. 32 in Howell, Manchester and Chelsea, you're going to be at 33. And north of M59 by tomorrow morning, 32 in Lapeer, 35 and 36 up in Sanilac County. And that's similar what we're going to see across most of Oakland and Macomb counties as well by tomorrow morning. High temperatures only hitting 50 by the afternoon tomorrow, even with that sunshine. And notice that we won't even have that on Wednesday and Thursday. Clouds and showers around, especially during the day on Wednesday, probably through at least early Thursday. That's going to keep high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. A little bit of a recovery, slim one, as we head towards the upcoming weekend, but high temperatures hitting 57 on Saturday. And then there's your Halloween forecast. Still looking at dry conditions with temperatures close to average for this time of year. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. Don't be surprised if your favorite restaurant is out of guacamole. The continuing shortage of avocados is pushing prices 2 or 3 times higher than last year. Some experts say the high prices could even continue until after the Super Bowl, when demand for guacamole really soars. I know we're still counting down to Halloween, but retail experts are already tracking 2 interesting trends when it comes to holiday shopping. One has to do with your cell phone, and the other will make you feel like you're falling behind if you haven't already started shopping.
Believe it or not, millions of Americans say they have already started their holiday shopping, and they're getting a lot done.
According to our research, we know that almost half of those surveyed are starting their holiday shopping way before November.
That's the finding of a RetailMeNot.com survey, while another one from creditcards.com found at least 1 million shoppers who say they're already finished. But a more remarkable statistic about Christmas shopping this year is how many more people are expected to shop online.
Now that you have your mobile phone, you can do everything either online or in stores.
Deloitte Consulting predicts holiday e-commerce to be somewhere between 17 to 19% higher than last year. But don't worry too much for brick and mortar stores. Other surveys show about 6 in 10 Christmas shoppers still prefer to go to the mall. And experts at Retail Me Not say shopping the old-fashioned way can pay off, especially for big-ticket items.
Those include things like computers and TVs. You're going to see deals anywhere between 38 and 40% off. So I always recommend waiting if you're looking to make a big-ticket purchase like that.
Some of the early big sellers include apparel, toys, and home decor items.
By the way, if you are counting, there are 61 shopping days until Christmas. And when it comes to holiday shopping, one retailer is doing something very few stores are doing these days. Is the consumer backlash finally having an impact on retailers? Also trending, a little girl's letter defending her brother when someone called him weird. What a 6-year-old is teaching everyone as her message goes viral. We've got that next, first at 4. But first, as we go to break, here's your look at how the markets have closed on your Monday.
Helping people get...
Okay, let's talk about trending stories today. Question, should retailers be open on Thanksgiving holiday or even Black Friday? That is one story that is trending today as REI announces it's going to be closed on Black Friday, one of the busiest shopping days of the year. A few years ago, stores started staying open even on Thanksgiving. This year, by the way, the Mall of America, Nordstrom and TJ Maxx are closing. So has the tide turned against being open on the holiday? On our Facebook page, most comments were in favor of stores closing on Thanksgiving. One woman wrote, "We need to get back to the good old days when morals and values and family were actually priorities." But there are a few holdouts. Another viewer writes, "I like shopping on Thanksgiving. Everyone doesn't have family or just wants to sit around." You can join the discussion. We'd love to hear from you. Just hit us up at WDIV on our Facebook page.
Sometimes it's good to get out of the house, but you got to think about those people who have to work.
That's what I always feel bad for. Like, just get out of the house and walk off that turkey, right?
And move it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is trending. Insomnia cookies. Have you heard about them? Well, tonight it might be the night for you. The chain is celebrating its 100th store, offering free cookies with a purchase. The offer started this morning, continues through 3 a.m. in case you're hungry, can't sleep. The chain has stores in Ann Arbor, East Lansing, and Ypsilanti. This is really trending a lot on social media today. Justin Bieber, the pop star, is going viral for all the wrong reasons. There are numerous reports that he stormed off the stage in the middle of a concert last night. It happened in Manchester, England. Apparently, the Biebs felt the crowd was screaming too much when he was trying to talk to them between songs. So he walked off. But then he came back and he told the crowd he would not be speaking to them the rest of the night, just singing. What do you think about that?
Justin Diva Bieber.
It is kind of childish. It's kind of like that's what the crowd does, right?
He's got a microphone and amplifiers. I think he could be a little louder than that.
You're right. Good point, Ben. All right, finally, this letter is going viral on social media today and really warming a lot of hearts. A 6-year-old girl in London was hurt when classmates called her autistic brother weird. Since she just joined the student council, she wrote a letter to spread awareness of autism. And one line that stands out in that letter, "My brother has autism and is not weird. And I would like if we could learn about all disabilities in schools so that everybody understands that some people are different, but we should all be treated the same." Very wise 6-year-old girl. Still ahead, let's talk about this viral sensation, and it involves a wedding. Usually the bride holds a bouquet and wedding photos, but watch what happens when the groom comes up with a better idea. It is super cute, and it's next.
There is a problem in our hospitals across the country when it comes to patients of sexual assault or abuse, and doctors are admitting they're not doing it right.
This is not something that's in our wheelhouse. These are more legal aspects that, quite honestly, we're not trained officially in handling some of these things.
Not officially trained in evidence collection. So what happens when a rape victim goes to the hospital? It's possible the evidence might not be collected properly, or the victim could be sent somewhere else.
I just put myself out there,
you know, and told somebody what happened to me, and there's no one there, like, I'm going home. I'll deal with it, whatever.
I'm Nick Monticelli. Tonight on Local 4 News at 11, the solution is coming from Oakland University with a program that's the first in the state.
Right now. Finally, first at 4, a wedding celebration with a furry four-legged surprise.
Yeah, a bride and her bridesmaids, they usually hold flowers for the wedding, but the groom decided he wanted to bring a bunch of puppies to the wedding shoot, so they posted it on Instagram.
Puppies are all rescue dogs available for adoption in Atlanta. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you back here at 5. Have a good day.